Nobel Peace Prize is to be awarded to Malala Yousafzai.
He Named Me Malala is a much-anticipated American documentary feature which premiered here at the Toronto International Film Festival, and it's based off the inspirational life of Nobel Prize-winning activist Malala Yousafzai.
Who would you have been if you were just an ordinary girl from the Swat Valley?
I'm still an ordinary girl, but if I had an ordinary father and an ordinary mother, then I would have 2 children now.
What inspired you to tell the story of Malala Yousafzai?
First of all, it was a big honor to tell our story. Here I am with this incredible story. I felt like I needed to get it right. But to me, I think the news you get from this part of the world here in the West is often scary and narrow and confusing. And I wanted to show a different story, an inspiring story about a father who inspires his daughter and a girl who has the courage to speak out and wants to change the world. So that was the hardest part, is to get it right.
One of the things I found that was so beautiful about the documentary is that it wasn't like other documentaries. We were always trying to search for some sort of truth, trying to put together the facts and see how people put it together. But the animations made this such an entertaining film to watch for everybody. I really want to know what the process was there in trying to take her very inspirational story and then her entire family's life and their struggle and put it into this film.
Well, the great thing about documentaries right now is they don't have to be a chore. But sometimes as a kid, you feel like they're dusty books that your parents tell you have to read. They're spinach that you have to eat. To me, I'm inspired by this girl. I'm inspired by this father. And I wanted people to feel what I feel. And they're a very funny family. They're a very inspiring family. And so why not have an inspiring, funny movie?
And it was actually very funny. The first scene, it was just hilarious. You get to see them interacting and just, sharing a bunch of jokes. And I want to talk about the animation. I'm going to bring it back to the animation here because I thought it was one of the most beautiful parts of the film. It told the story on a deep level, but in a way that I think even children could see and understand what was happening. So why did you decide to bring an animation into this?
Malala was named after a girl who spoke out and was killed for speaking out. The Battle of Maiwand 100 years ago. It needed to be part of the story. She's named after a girl who speaks out and is killed for speaking out. Malala speaks out and is almost killed for speaking out. How incredible is that? You couldn't have written a script that way. And so we built an animation company. We had a team of animators doing this. And I thought, well, if I'm going to capture this battle, maybe I shouldn't capture it the way I imagined it. I should capture it the way a young Pakistani girl would imagine it.
What do you want those watching this documentary to take away from it? Because there's a lot being said about the state of women in South Asia, their life, their struggles. And I think there couldn't have been a better time for her to go through what she went through and stand up and be an inspiration for everybody. But as the person behind the camera telling us her story, what do you want people to take away from that?
First of all, there are 66 million girls who are out of school. 66 million girls who have a story very similar to Malala. You think of her as a superhero, but she was an ordinary girl who just wanted to go to school, and that's what made her extraordinary, is that she spoke out. Everyone can learn from this movie. You can be part of it. You can go to malala.org and be part of this great movement. There are a lot of complicated problems that we can't solve, but we can educate a girl. And we know that educating a girl works, that it transforms her life, it transforms all of us. It transforms people's cities, economies. We know that it works. So that's one thing we can do. I love that it's an inspiring movie, but I also want it to be part of doing some good in the world.
I'm still 17. I'm still a teenager. She's a little bit naughty, little bit that much. This is my youngest brother. He's a really good boy. This is the laziest one. My father said, have you forgiven them?
You've never felt angry?
No. I want people to learn from the experience I had.
Very nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
A woman is more powerful than men.
What?
And my last question to you is, how have you been shaped by telling her story? I'm sitting there in the theater and watching that, and I left with a renewed sense of self in many ways, having a deeper understanding of what she went through her words and through the words and eyes of her family. How were you shaped when you were with them, spending this time with them and capturing their story on camera?
It's an excellent question.
Yeah.
I have 2 daughters, and my daughters are a mystery to me, and how to be a good father is a mystery to me. I believe that they are equal, but sometimes they don't feel equal. Sometimes they don't feel the confidence to speak out, that their voice matters. And so I have learned from this man from Pakistan, this incredible man named Zia, who's from a very patriarchal society, and yet he, in many ways, is a father that I could never be. So I would come home thinking, am I doing enough? Am I as good a father as Ziauddin? And that's really affected my life. And the best movies that I've worked on have had that effect on me. They challenge me to be a better person.
We realize the importance of light when we see darkness, the importance of our voice when we are silenced. Let us pick up our books and our pens. They are our most powerful weapons.
Don't forget to stay in the loop for your weekly dose of entertainment glitz and glamour with ANOKHI Pulse TV. You can catch us online at ANOKHImedia.com and our YouTube channel. And don't forget to interact with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.